Yes, hello. Are you a supervisor?
Yes, I am for 88 crime. How can I help you?
Well, I need to know if you take Title 13 criminal crime complaints, such as Title 13 2409, against law enforcement as well as citizens, or do you guys just take criminal matters complaints against citizens and other people, not law enforcement?
Okay, we take anonymous tips when there was a crime committed.
Okay.
All right. Now, my understanding through one of the assistants here is that you've already spoken to law enforcement and the attorney's office, the Pima County Attorney's Office.
Oh yes, ma'am, and I have quite the list of evidence and on all of them.
Okay, well, it sounds to me like you need to talk to somebody that's an expert in the titles. Obviously, we are not here. We're just a nonprofit that we collect information and pass it on. We don't do any type of investigation. Have you spoken to the Attorney General's office for the state of Arizona?
Actually, their sheriff's department, one of their internal affairs, sent me to the Attorney General, and I also now have a response from the legal advisor, Sean Holguin, for the sheriffs, who's also like a county attorney, saying that they don't refer cases out. And so that guy also obstructed a criminal investigation by delaying the information of my testimony. He ran me into a block wall.
All right, then I'm not law enforcement, so...
Well, I know, that's why I came to you guys. I thought you guys might not take sides, and you might take the citizen side, since I'm a citizen.
You need to talk to the Attorney General's office, because they are in charge of the state.
Well, actually, I have the Attorney General recorded, and he sounds pretty silly, and he whitewashed my complaint right there for everybody to hear. So he's part of the problem now, too. I forgot his name, but yeah, the Attorney General...
You did talk to the Attorney General for the state of Arizona?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, you know what? I don't know what else to tell you to do. Have you,
I talked to one of the representatives down here at the Tucson office.
Well, why don't you talk to them in the Phoenix office? They're in charge of Tucson.
Well, because I kind of thought that if I was reporting a crime, it doesn't matter who it's against, and you guys could pass the information forward and find out if 88 crime... Well, I'd just like to do a kind of test then and find out if 88 crime works with reporting law enforcement crimes.
It do work, but like I said, if you had information on something that we could pass on, but you've already told me that you've talked to everybody that even if I had the information that I would pass it on to. So I don't know what to offer you. Maybe you could try talking to somebody at the Department of Public Safety. That's the law enforcement agency for the state, which they work, I guess, with the Attorney General's office. Did you want that number?
I'm on the internet. I can find it.
Okay, that would be the Department of Public Safety.
Right, but
and they probably have a unit that deals with what you're talking about, whatever it is. But I don't know what else to offer you, and so I apologize, but we're just not equipped to handle what you're saying. And then you are saying you have talked to law enforcement, and if you talk to law
threatened me.
We can't take the information. That's the other thing. Once you talk to law enforcement, we're no longer the avenue to go to law enforcement because you've already talked to them. Does that make sense?
Well, not when law enforcement's broken and they're all covering up and not, committing criminal crimes.
No, that's my job. My job is only to take the information. If there's a problem with the law enforcement, you have to talk to somebody over law enforcement, and that would be the state.
Maybe I should try to call the sheriff himself and make an appointment with Sheriff Dupnik himself, because he's the king of the county.
Yeah, but you know what? Over him would be the governor of Arizona. That's what I'm saying, or the state legislatures. Have you tried with them? I don't know what else for you. We can't help you.
Handled. If stuff can't be handled on a local level, then it proves that the government is broken.
Okay. Well, I can't get into politics with you, so.
Oh, it's not a politic. It's a factual experience.
Okay. Well, I'm very sorry, but I have to get off this line because this is our one line to get calls from the public. So I would suggest, once again, that you talk to the Department of Public Safety or, once again, the Attorney General's office. But you have spoken with law enforcement, and we cannot take the information. That's the way our program is set up. And we're just...
You guys have some policies down there I can review? Are you guys have an internet site where your policies or whatever up there? So what I can.
Well, I'm telling you what the policy is.
Well, I know that's fine, but I'm famous for doing records requests and dissecting the actual policies of the departments. And
Well, go ahead if you want. You can send a request, but and we'll see what we can do through our private attorney.
Oh, you have a private attorney?
Well, yes, because.
So the county attorney really doesn't tell you guys what to do?
We're a non-profit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 501c.
Gather information and we give it to law enforcement. You've spoken to law enforcement already. I can't tie this line up anymore, sir.
Okay, well, I'm going to...
records request, send it to the Pima County Attorney's Office, and they'll give it to me, and then I'll send it to my attorney.
Okay.
Very much.
What's your name? And I'll put your name on the header.
Well, you don't have to. Just send it to 88 Crime, and I'll get it.
Okay, that's fine. You have a good day and a better tomorrow.
Okay, you too.
This concludes this portion of this documentation. We're going to call another department on the next call right now, and then I'll call the sheriff himself. And this just goes to show, actually this doesn't conclude it yet, of all the runaround you will get while trying to report law enforcement. Oh, did you try the Attorney General? That's the famous one. Attorney General bounced me back to the sheriff, said they maintain jurisdictions. Legal advisor for the sheriff says that they can't refer, and they don't refer, but they did refer and wasted my time and put a huge stumbling block in front of me, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? We got time here. We're just going to go ahead and call another department number anyway on this line. That's it. Let's try T.T.R.T Road.
Pima County Sheriff's Department, Rincon.
Hello, Rincon. I got transferred around right now, and I tried to make a couple different calls, but if I need to ask a question in relation to if I have a potential complaint. If someone threatened me with a use of force so they could deter me from bringing information to your department members of crimes as I allege, can someone threaten people to make them stop reporting a crime? That
shouldn't have anything to do with it. If somebody's threatening you, you should report it.
Okay, and
threatening somebody is against the law.
Threatening somebody is against, because that's what I thought. Threats and intimidation cause bodily harm, and then they could be a felony obstructing if I'm reporting crimes that need to be addressed.
Okay, all right. What you need to do is you need to call another number, and they can have a deputy respond to you, or a deputy can call you.
Okay, let me go ahead and get that number. Do you have it available?
I sure do. It's 351.
351.
4900.
4900.
And that is the Sheriff's Department Communications Department.
Communications?
That's where they dispatch the deputies from.
Okay, Communications Department.
That's the non-emergency number.
Okay, you've been very helpful. And what was your name?
My name is Vicki.
Vicki? Thank you so much for your time there, Vicki.
You are welcome anytime.
Oh, I do appreciate it. I might have to call you back someday.
Okay, all righty.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Well, now we got permission from a sheriff to call the sheriffs on the sheriff, basically. And her name was Vicki from the T.T.R.T Road substation. I guess Rincon she answered, and that's 351-4511 was the number. I'm going to end this documentation right now, and then we're going to call Dupnick's office. And the time now is 9:38 a.m. It's still Monday, and it's March 11th, 2011. In this documentation now.